This presentation is coming from RYM Indoor Environment Project. So we are collaborating with architects and engineers and all kinds of interdisciplinary communities in order to create better schools and universities. Schools and universities are very slow to change. We think that they are still like they used to be when we were studying. But in the future, it's not only going to be a physical space, but very much mobile and virtual and social environment. And our project is all about how to recreate the social interaction so that it's possible to teach and learn more effectively. And Finnish schools are very good, but if we stop developing them, we are going to go behind. And it's already happening that we are getting behind Singapore, Hong Kong, some countries who have taken more seriously this business of developing future learning environments. The new generation of so-called digital natives, and that implies that there are kids, our kids, who were born with digital technologies. Their system is integrated with different kinds of media. Many of us, we are digital immigrants, so we are printing, we are going to the computer, we are listening to lectures, and we have this kind of learning culture that is very different from this new generation. And our challenge is that these people are coming to universities, and my teacher students are digital natives, and they are supposed to teach the new generation X, Y, Z, what comes next. Swedish or kanske. We are also doing research on motivation, and the problem is that most of the time in our measurements, students are in apathy. So they experience no challenge and they experience no competence. They are just passively listening, and they don't feel that they can really give something out of them. Very often the challenge may be too high, they don't understand what the teacher is talking, the teacher has not a clue what's going on in their minds, and they may be in anxiety. Flow takes place if the challenge is high enough and if the students feel that they can meet the challenge. But in many cases, if we look at lecturing, the orange here is optimal motivational flow. You can see that in small groups, it's most likely to experience flow, or in libraries, whereas much less seldom in lectures. Cafeterias, of course, a controlled place you are supposed to chill out and not struggle with knowledge. So what we are actually now doing, we've been developing in our indoor environment project this kind of called contextual activity sampling system, CAS, so that we can measure whether students are reporting flow or apathy or anxiety. And there you can see that we are developing systems where the seminar room is turning green if students are reporting flow, and it may turn into blue if you are falling into relaxation and starting to fall asleep. I have one student who is a meteorologist, and he was actually doing mathematical scene function with this relation between experience, affect, and it shows that when people are in control or in flow or arousal channel of learning, they report much more positive affects, and actually the negative affects go vice versa. So it's really important that students are in optimal motivational state. And we have developed different kinds of pedagogical models that are very much close to adult learning models. So we need to activate their minds, we need to support their learning process, and we need to measure changes in their thinking in order to have evidence that they have learned something. So we are doing this in medicine, engineering, chemistry, different kinds of domains that are very well defined. So what we did actually, we built at the university in collaboration with RYM and World Design Capital, we designed a future space to train future teachers to apply these kinds of ideas in their work. And we are also designing schools so that we need to have new kinds of knowledge practices. It's not good enough if you have very expensive interactive whiteboard and then you use it like a blackboard, or if you are just staring at each other's necks instead of being in interaction. So what we are doing is that we have developed ways of collaborative knowledge building in lecture halls and classrooms, and we call it new forms of social digital participation. It's not e-learning anymore, because it very often takes place in a blended learning environment. So what we do, we combine pedagogical methods and innovations social interaction and digital technologies in our living laboratory at the University of Helsinki. It's Faculty of Behavioral Sciences. This is our visions for the future. So we are peer-to-peer, face-to-face, virtual, mobile combined, and flexible physical spaces. That's why we need architects and engineers, because we have scripts about what learning should be like, but we need help in people who are constructing technologies and physical environments to collaborate. And there is lots of evidence that we are going to need massive open online courses, and we are developing one, but that's also going to change the interaction at the university. So we're inviting you to transgenerational, interdisciplinary and intercultural learning processes, because I believe that this could be the next generation for innovation in Finland.